Hi everyone. This is my week 4 video journal, and I'm going to be talking about both chapters 9 and 10 of the Ryan and Stanton textbook. Excuse me. So, yeah, I mean, kind of in chapter 10, the essay on editing, it's kind of, validated my beliefs on how to become a play by play commentator and what you want to work on. Uh, I've learned more that, you know, being a commentator goes beyond just the live call that you make in the game. With social media now, there's highlights on it all the time. Um, there's different videos online that highlight packages, secondary media, podcasts. So it spans more than over just the live game itself. So being able to follow up your own live call with an insightful thread of your own, maybe on like X or Instagram, um, that could really be a nice way to reflect on a great call or a great play that happened. Um, and then also, what I've learned working in the school that I'm at, working at in Fort Lewis College, it's a smaller Division II institution. I want to learn how to kind of decolonize the narrative of favoring the dominant perspective. So at a smaller school, our commentators, they gravitate towards obviously the home team, um, and obviously, I mean, you work for the school, you're gonna probably root for the home team or the star player, but I kind of want to learn as a broadcaster how to become a better commentator in terms of being unbiased because that's what the pros do. So I definitely want to learn how to get into that aspect of it, and just I think what is my favorite thing about the best commentators is how excited they get just for anything to happen in the game, no matter who does it. um but yeah, also with chapter 10, I would say the impact that it has on my classwork here with digital storytelling, it definitely taught me a lot about video editing. The essay in this chapter encourages me to be purposeful about why I cut, where I do. Video editing projects and how they shouldn't just be chronological cuts. They could be layered, multi-model narratives. Um, yeah, maybe like, for example, taking a single 30-second play and then editing it into, like the original TV camera angle, an audio track of a fan yelling from the stands, and then maybe even like another layer where it's like an annotation or like a closer camera level, showing like the player's movements. But applying transmedia to still photography and a single picture of a player, it's just not enough. So learning that the video and picture projects, they need to have a lot more variety in it for sure. Um, and then in chapter 9 on the histories of dispersal, I would say that I think with my play-by-play goals as a commentator, I learned that a commentator's job is to, involves quick and surface level analysis, and how I need to address the missing pictures in commentary. So researching and reporting on the untold story of players on teams. There's a lot of dead space in games. So learning how to come up with storylines that audiences would find interesting. Uh, and not just talking about the game itself, because that can really feel like you're droning on, or it's like really boring and you're lecturing to the audience. So you know just bringing out certain things that people might not think about and think like, oh, that was cool, I didn't know that. I know a big one of that was like the NBA finals. For those who didn't know, Shea Gilgis Alexander and Nickel Alexander Walker in the Western Conference Finals, they're related. So just cool little storylines like that. um, but yeah, I think these two chapters really taught me a lot about uh, how to tell the story live during a game as a play-by-play commentator, but then also how to follow up the live game, to build my brand even more, like on social media or podcasts. So yeah, very very.